Going live, going live. Johnny Five is alive. How are we doing today? Thank you everyone for stopping by Tully Television right here on YouTube, one of the most unknown, underrated YouTube channels going today, where we follow pop culture, movies, comic books, music, whatever your little heart wants to hear me rant and rave about. Otherwise, it's just me picking random topics here and there. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about the Thor movie trailer, She Hulk, the show trailer. Um, I heard some interesting news today about Winnie the Pooh horror movie. Okay, dude, Winnie the Pooh horror movie. The thumbnail is what the thumbnail of this video is what Winnie the Pooh is going to look like in this horror movie, okay? As him and Piglet in it. And obviously, it's a different look, different take on the character that we're used to in the books and the Disney movies. But um, the Winnie the Pooh character of the books has doesn't have the copyright claim on it anymore, and now it's in the public domain. So that means that movie makers and authors and such can use that image and or that description of that character to add to their own art, so to speak, whether it's a different interpretation like this one where they're making Winnie the Pooh and the Piglet character uh, villains, basically, from what it looks like. And I think that's going to be such an interesting take because what it really does is that it opens the door for a lot of other properties that were meant to be like that, but have yet to achieve that. Like Steamboat Willie is supposed to be in the public domain, but it's not yet because Disney has been keeping uh, money pumped into the government to help extend that particular little rule so they can keep making money off of Mickey Mouse. But after a while, they're going to have to give up that claim because that's just what it is. They can't keep. It's not like people can be around anyway and keep collecting money off of a character that they created so long ago. And like, if I created a character and 500 years down the road, my great great whatever grandchild is still making money off of that, that's going to be pretty impressive, I guess. But at the same time, what has that particular descendant of mine done to achieve the financial benefits of that show or character or book or what have you? Whereas maybe children, maybe up to your grandchildren, you know what I mean? Because maybe this particular project you created takes all of your life and you put a lot into it, so it takes a lot of time out of your family life. Because people forget that if you want to be rich and famous, there's a lot more to it than just knowing how to do social media and stuff like that. You find that a lot of these people that put a lot of time into, um, like the woman who created Harry Potter, she probably had a lot of time spending away from her family. Stephen King, these people, so Yeah, I mean, I'm up for people keeping the money to their characters for a few years, but like Walt Disney, he created Mickey Mouse, and I mean, I guess how long can that really? Again, his great grandchildren, his great grandchildren. I mean, those people didn't even really know him enough to really be like he wasn't thinking of these people that far down the road. I highly doubt it to that degree, but yeah, Winnie the Pooh horror movie, and the reason why they're able to use it and Disney's still able to use their Winnie the Pooh is that uh, it's a different design on the character. So as long as this horror movie or other companies don't use the Disney designs of the characters, they can still use the Winnie the Pooh character. And I think the Tigger character is up soon, but they weren't able to use it for this particular horror movie. So you figure if there's going to be a quote unquote sequel, even if this gets made, that far down the road, uh, it'd be interesting to see because then in the event that Mickey Mouse and these other characters really start being up for public domain, um, a bootleg Winnie the Pooh, basically, Winnie the Pooh, man, it's crazy. It's gonna be an entertaining thing. I like uh, movies like that where it's just yeah, it's gonna be an interesting movie. Um, so I still have yet to see Doctor Strange. We've been wanting to see Doctor Strange, but I've been um, not feeling well the last month with various things, and so that's yet to be gotten to be seen. But I think we're going to probably just wait at this point for it to go on Disney Plus to watch it because from what I'm hearing, it's. I mean, I had one good review from it. Jordan, um, our buddy Jordan, gave it a great review. He said it was the top three, in his opinion, Marvel movie. So we're gonna see. We're gonna maybe have him talk about his thoughts on Doctor Strange when next time he comes. And but some other people are a little iffy on it. Again, I have yet to see it personally, so I don't know exactly what my thoughts are going to be on it. But Thor is looking entertaining. It looks like it's going to be a funny movie, kind of more of a jokey movie and a lighthearted action movie, as opposed to the Doctor Strange movie being more of a uh, darker tone to it with the Scarlet Witch being in it and doing what she did in the movie. Again, still waiting to see how that plays out because I'm pretty excited to see that scene in particular with her versus the Illuminati group that has been uh, made their appearance in the movie. Um, so then there's this other show called She-Hulk, and it's Bruce Banner's cousin, and basically she's an attorney, and due to some accident in the comic books, Bruce Banner had to give her a blood transfusion, and that made her into the She-Hulk. However, that's going to happen in the series may be different or be the same, but uh, whatever the case may be, she's going to become the She-Hulk. The animation looked a little weird. It certainly did look weird during the trailer. I'm hearing that they're trying to polish up the animation to it, the CGI, but they might have they might have thrown a lot of people off with it. Uh, and it's a shame because the She-Hulk character was a good character in the comic books, and lately in the comics they've been um, doing some weird things with her character. Not so much recently. Recently, they gave she's in a book. She's leading a book now, and it's focused on her being kind of back to normal after being brainwashed, and she seems to be developing a romantic relationship with Jack of Hearts, who recently came back from being dead, quote unquote. We all know how being dead in the Marvel universe and DC universe works. So, yeah. So that seems like an interesting series. I haven't really read it, but I've seen some reviews on it. Um, yeah, so definitely worth uh, a check out on that particular series. But as far as the television series is concerned, I'm really concerned with it looking like trash. And it's really a shame that Disney is a multi billion dollar company and you have these characters that people waited years, decades to see, to be involved on the television screen there, so to speak, the magic box. You want us to have a sense uh, of wonderment and suspension of disbelief. When you look at something, you don't want to have the uncanny valley experience where uh, it's when something looks humanoid, but is off in some sort of way, giving us a leery feeling about what we're looking at and making us want to disconnect with that particular thing, with that particular being or situation or item. And that's kind of what the She Hulk CGI did a little bit with people. And I don't know if they're going to be able to recover from that necessarily because even if you were to even if you were to say the animation could get better, which is fine, you still have a couple weeks before the show starts, so you do have time to run it through a scrubber a few more times, so to speak. But um, Bruce Banner, like, is he? Yeah, as the Hulk, the arm is not broken, but as Bruce Banner, the arm is still broken from uh, the Infinity Gauntlet snap. What is the timeline here? What is the deal between Hulk and Bruce with being healed, not healed? Where is this falling into the main continuity of it all? And uh, it's going to be a real interesting way to see how this goes about because I'm kind of at a loss of where they're going to be going with this. And then recently, with the loss of Thunderbolt Ross, uh, I'm sure that had to delay some things here and there as far as storyline is concerned. Because at some point, with no disrespect to William Hurt, but they're going to have to replace someone with that character because of the history that they still need to fulfill. With the Incredible Hulk stories, there's a lot of Thunderbolt roles that you still need to put in there. So I'm kind of curious on how they're going to fix all this or make it work. Uh, so those are some of my concerns with the series as far as that's concerned. Uh, the Thor: Love and Thunder trailer again was more of an upbeat seemed like a comedy, haha type of um, movie that's going to be going on. We see Jane Foster coming back as a version of Thor. Um, Mjolnir, the hammer, seems to have come back together and formed the hammer back, and now it seems like it uh, has made a bond with Jane Foster. We also see Jane and Valkyrie sitting side by side on uh, seems like the throne room. So did Valkyrie and Jane Foster get together, and I heard someone say that they kind of make they've been making Thor like a joke in his own movies as of late, and maybe, but we'll see how this goes because they showed gore as well. Christian Bale is a great actor, and I hope that this is not some goofy part that I hope that this role doesn't make him look goofy in the long run because sometimes these things can bounce the wrong way certain times. But the look is interesting, and the way that the fight scenes look are interesting too. The way it seems all the colors being drawn out of the environment when he is around or fighting. So we're gonna see basically how Thor is able to take this guy down, and yeah, so we got that. We got those basically are the next couple of projects up. Uh, Thor, She Hulk, the Miss Marvel series. That again, I'm probably not going to be watching or reviewing. So sorry about that. That probably be one show I may not. At this point, I'm at this present moment of the time of this recording. I don't feel like I want to, but that doesn't mean that I won't down the road when it comes up. Watch it and review it. I may just do it just because I want to be able to bring content to Tully Television in a fair and biased way, even though it's a project I'm not looking forward to. That doesn't mean that you can't look forward to it and have me give you an honest approval or disapproval of the show. But my initial take on the Miss Marvel show is that it's going to kind of be it's basically going to be a high school style show, college style show, and you know may not be necessarily the audience for it, and that doesn't mean that you can't create shows that cater to different audiences in the MCU, but at the same time, uh, try to keep some of the goofier stuff really to I don't know, maybe maybe I'm just being. I tell you, man. um, yeah. So basically, those are my thoughts on some of the upcoming Marvel projects. Obi-Wan Kenobi starts tomorrow at the time of this recording. Tomorrow will be the premiere, series premiere, season premiere, all in one premiere of an Obi-Wan Kenobi show on Disney Plus. Uh, it's basically Darth Vader sending out people to look for the last remaining Jedi and this lady's tasked with trying to maybe find Obi-Wan Kenobi as he's keeping an eye over Luke Skywalker. And it's always been funny, the point of Obi-Wan Kenobi and hold on, Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? And you trained Darth Vader basically as he was Anakin Skywalker from childhood, and he was raised right here in Tatooine, not too far off in the distance over there, right? Yonder. And then you're looking after his son over here, or yonder over there, right? And he goes by Old Ben Kenobi, Old Ben, old Ben uh, Kenobi, and no one, no, 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 no. Darth had there's no way. There's fucking no way he did that. But I am. I was debating watching this show and reviewing this show as well. I will. I will watch the premiere episode and review it, and I may. I'm gonna look up. Let's see how many episodes this is going to be, because if this is going to be like 6 episodes, it'll be one show episodes. So May 27th. There's an episode out here. There's at least 2 episodes, and I know there's got to be more. I mean, come on. How many? Oh, yeah, I got to talk about that before. Well, 2 episodes are being released on the same day. So, alright, so 2 episodes are being released tomorrow. And then there's going to be 4 more episodes after that, a month worth of episodes after that. So 6 altogether, 2 this weekend, and then 4 in the next 4 weeks, a week apart. So okay, interesting. 6 weeks. Uh, Star Wars has become such a fucking dumpster fire of a project that I really don't know why I keep getting hyped over Star Wars, because um, I do think Kathleen Kennedy has really sunk the ship on this, and John Favreau and Dave Filoni are really trying their best here to um, keep some sort of semblance of Star Wars together. But like, really, my biggest gripe about the whole sequels is, how do you not have the 3 main fucking characters in the same scene together at all in the last 3 movies? How do you not have Luke, Leia, and Han with Chewie, R2D2 and C-3PO all in the same fucking scene. How do you not do that? And pay that off on some sort of level. It's garbage. It was just a garbage approach to it, and money making, grubby sausage fingers all in the pie of Star Wars, and it's really unfortunately happens to every franchise. It happens to uh, The Simpsons. Uh, you know, a bunch of franchises that Star Trek. I'm not a Star Trek fan, but Star Trek fans are not happy with a lot of the things that are going on with the Star Trek world, and I can't really blame them because even the bit of Star Trek that I am a fan of, is a big fan of Picard and the Next Generation, big fan of Deep Space Nine, um, Deep, uh, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. Um, was that the one with Janeway and Seven of Nine and stuff? The Torres. So there is some Star Trek I am familiar with, but the real hardcore fans, uh, like I consider myself more of a Star Wars hardcore fan than Star Trek. But nothing beats old Star Trek. This newest Star Trek stuff, like the J.J. Abrams first Star Trek movie was maybe good, as an okay like retaking of the revisit and switch it up a little bit, but uh, yeah, not like the original Star Trek and Star Wars. Um, yeah, so I'm really not sure if I want to going to finish the whole series of Obi-Wan, but we'll see. We'll see. I really want to be able to have faith enough to stick it through and hope that it's a uh, well-reasoned, uh, written show, and not just written to have certain things happen because uh, people need to be the best just ever at what they do with no real experience or reason why behind that they're the bestest ever. We're just supposed to take my word for it, and I'm better than all these other characters that you've grown to love, and I don't have to prove it. Just that's it. But that's my thoughts on that. And one last thing before I go for the night, because I kind of messed up the first time I was trying to stream here, and I had to delete it and restart it doing this stream. Um, Sasha Banks and Naomi from WWE walking out and in turn getting suspended and stripped of their women's tag team titles. This is a legitimate story that is going on in the WWE. Sasha Banks and I guess Naomi, by extension, are feeling not appreciated enough, and they had recently walked out of a Monday Night Raw airing live on TV. They were supposed to be in the main event to determine the number one contender to Bianca Belair's title, and to Naomi was going to supposedly pin Sasha Banks to win that opportunity, and then Sasha Banks was going to win the opportunity to face the women's SmackDown title holder, and both of them are going to lose at the pay per view, uh, and then go back to doing whatever, and they haven't even been defending their tag team championships. So why would anyone care if they're champions if they're losing to people, right? So they felt like it wasn't going to be a good look for their team, and WWE supposedly uh, tried working something out, but not really, and then it just led them to walking out completely of the show. And the WWE tried to make them look bad by saying that they didn't, that they felt like their co-workers were unsafe, but they wouldn't say who they were referring to, so to speak, because there's never been any complaints on that end by them before, and they've wrestled these people before many times. So I don't think it was that. I just think that they didn't want to lose as individuals when together they're the tag team champions, because then it would make them look like loser tag team champions. And if you're a champion, you can't be portrayed as a loser. Gotta be portrayed as a winner. So I get it, but a lot of people are upset that they left in the show during the show, and I get it. I've had coworkers that I liked quit in the middle of the shift, yeah, even though they were right, and you felt like it, they did the right thing, but you're mad that you're still there having to work. So I can understand that. But whatever the case may be, if it's their body on the line and if they feel like they're not being appreciated properly, then they do have a right to say something and do something about it. And unless I'm hearing that contracts are up soon anyway, so unless they can fix something out by the end of the year, it's very feasible that Sasha Banks and or Naomi both go to AEW. Um, except Sasha Banks would be, uh, her name is Mercedes, so it'd be Mercedes whatever, Mercedes Elite. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. Big storyline in WWE right at the moment, and Roman Reigns has been taking less time uh, off, like more time off. So it's like you made him double champion, and he's not really on TV. So who's WWE sometimes confuses the hell out of me, but we'll see what happens at this next pay per view. I think it's Money in the Bank. Uh, let's see here. And I'll do a review on that. No, let's see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Next, WWE pay-per-view. Hell in a Cell. Yeah? Huh. Right, no, yeah. Hell in a Cell, June 5th. Then Money in the Bank, July 2nd. That's the one I like. I like Money in the Bank. Okay, so Hell in a Cell, Sunday, June 5th. I think that's a week from this Sunday. So yeah, maybe I'll do a live stream on that night instead of a Thursday night like I did tonight, and I'll do that for maybe about an hour or something, and hang out and watch some wrestling and commentate on my thoughts on the matches going on, and take it from there. Have ourselves a grand old time. I want to thank everyone for stopping by, liking, comment, and sharing. Let me know what some of your thoughts are on the Winnie the Pooh horror movie coming out. Let me know what you think about She Hulk and Thor coming out. Did you watch Doctor Strange? Um, just let me know what your thoughts are in general of the state of pop culture. Anything that you'd like for me to cover music wise, television wise, let me know. I recently put up a new edition of Bart's Boob Tube Pick, spotlighting Punky Brewster. So check that out as well, guys. Appreciate you, and as always, thank you. And until next time, peace, knuckles.